Hello, my name is Mira Bihari, and I am here with another weekly video from Adolescent Medicine Consulting. This week, we're kind of at a crossroads in our What to Do When series. For those of you who have been following along, you know that we are going through the classic HEADS assessment, which is the psychosocial assessment that we use when we talk to teenagers. Some folks out there use the E just for education and employment. Other folks use the E to mean eating and ask about eating behaviors. Other folks decide to ask those questions a little bit later on in the D of the HEADS assessment. Really feel like I want to address it in the E part. One of the reasons for addressing it in the E part is because kids kind of expect you to ask about eating behaviors at some point in the visit. Well, let's be real. As pediatricians and primary care docs, we ask about food and eating behaviors all the time. I also feel there's a great way of segueing into that from the E for education, because we can ask the kids, what do you do for lunch? Who do you hang out with? What do you like to eat at lunchtime at school, assuming that they're going to school? But here's my other crossroads. I am fully aware that there's a huge variation in how comfortable people feel with different positive responses. Some of you guys out there are really, really comfortable dealing with all of the different eating issues that can come up. Some folks aren't really sure where to start off with asking about eating and eating behaviors. So what I thought I would do is ask you guys, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about some more questions that you can ask to get at different eating behaviors? What to do when you do get a positive response, or something else? So I hope that you will leave a response and let me know how you want to talk about this topic of eating behaviors. And for those of you who haven't explored this area very much, I would like to invite you to take the implicit bias test from Harvard on weight. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Harvard implicit bias tests, these are tests that help you figure out if you are biased to one group of people versus another. There are more and more of them every single time I look at them, so I enjoy looking at them and taking the tests. And I have to say, based on my previous tests, I'm like, feels pretty accurate with where I tend to have my own biases. So the link for that is in the text that goes along with this video. And like I said, I really want you guys to comment and let me know what you want to talk about. Do we want to talk about questions that we can ask the young people? Do we want to talk about what to do when we get positive responses and it looks like the kiddo might have an eating disorder, or something else about eating? Thank you for your time and thank you for tuning in. Take care.